Hey y'all, good morning. Good morning. I am a little bit, I'm still under the weather. Y'all, whatever's going around, that respiratory situation, I for sure had caught it. And so if you hear me trying to clear my nose and stuff like that, that's what's going on. But I am a lot better. Like last week, I could not talk at all. I had lost my voice completely. Thank God for my support system for coming through. And so I'm feeling a lot better, enough to be like out and about. I didn't even leave my home last week. So I'm feeling better, but I want you guys to come on in here. I just want to unpack some things. I want to talk about some things. And I feel like I owe you guys an explanation. So I kind of went off the grid for a little bit, right? And now I'm back, and it's like, well, girl, where did you go? What did you do? And so I just want to talk about some things, kind of explain why I went off the grid, and I'm ready now. Like, I'm ready to talk about it. So for those of you who do not know, my name is Deanna. I'm an insurance agent in the state of Georgia, and I'm probably going to say that every video or the majority of the videos, because it's a formality, and it also has to do with what I am talking about today. And so a lot of you guys know that I am an insurance agent, and I was contracted with the company. So when you become an insurance agent, you can either work corporate or you can go the business route and contract yourself out with different companies. And so I was contracted with a particular company. And you guys could do the research if you really want to know what type of company I was contracted with. Whatever. Contracted with that company, and I am no longer contracted with that company. I ended my contract with that company. It was just a lot going on, and let's talk about it. So the insurance industry, the insurance market has been extremely tough. There's been a lot of price gouging, a lot of inflated prices. If we're being honest, pricing with a lot of different things has been really high. For everything. Like I can personally say I went shopping the other day. I don't want my mouth to fall. I can personally say I went grocery shopping the other day, and I think I bought milk was almost $10. Like, it's ridiculous. So pricing everywhere. Okay, don't fall. Come on. Pricing everywhere has been inflated, right? The economy has not been at its best. Don't let them lie to you. The economy has not been at its best. Now, that affects everything, including insurance. And it affects how people are shopping and buying. And that includes insurance. So, insurance is a need-based business, and people are still buying insurance, but just like anything, they're going to try to shop to find the best rate. So like I said, the market has been very, very tough, because what's been happening is that when people are shopping and they're trying to find the best rates, or they're filing fraudulent claims or claims that they don't necessarily need to file, because not every claim is fraudulent, but you don't have to file every claim. What happens is that money, that's money that has to be paid out. And so when an insurance company is paying out a bunch of money, well, they have to remain profitable. They got to remain profitable to pay their staff, to be able to function. And so they have to recuperate that cost. And what that does is that causes the rates to go up. So, of course, people are filing claims. People are getting new roofs on their homes, car accidents. We got to recuperate the money to be able to still move forward and to be able to pay claims in the future and to be able to pay for things that are just going to keep the insurance carrier growing and moving as a carrier, or they would go bankrupt and they would be no more, right? And so all of this is trickling down to me, the salesperson, because I am the salesperson. I am on the front line. I'm on the front line. And so I hear from my clients, and I also hear from like the corporate side, what's going on overall in the industry. And I'm kind of like the middleman. So I was impacted. I was affected by that. I had some pretty high-end clients. And one particular client said, you know what, we'll give you all the business that you can handle. And, you know, I wrote some of the business. And then in the midst of me writing the business, the rate increased. And contrary to popular belief, when people are like, wealthy people just spend their money, let me tell y'all a little wealthy trick, or a little wealthy hack, if you will. Wealthy people count their dollars, okay, down to the penny. They count it. Don't ever think wealthy people are just spending frivolously. I mean, do they have the ability to do that and to splurge on toys and vacations? Yes, they do. But don't think they're not counting every cent, okay? So if you ever heard that wealthy people just spend, and no, they count their coins. And so I was caught in the middle of the company that I was with taking rate. And it took rate, and it caused me to lose a very big client, because when I was captive with that agency, I had no control over the rate and what I could do, right? Okay, so that was number one. And I kind of have this rule, like 3 strikes, you're out, or like if somebody asks me something 3 times, I tend to pursue it. So that was client number 1. Situation number 2 was they were asking for certain clients to put a certain amount down that didn't have like the best credit scores and stuff like that, and it just wasn't favorable for some of the people that were already experiencing hardships because of what's going on in the economy. That was number 2. And then number 3, I had a another very well-known wealthy client who was willing to give me all of her business, and because of the rate, she was like, I can't, this is too much. Like, and she was kind of like, is it because of who I am? Like, is it because of what I do? And I'm like, no, it's just the rate. Like, it has nothing to do with who you are. It's just the industry is going through a hard time right now. And so that was my 3 strikes, you're out. That was my 3 strikes. Because I walked away. I mean, I had clients walk away that wanted to do business with me, but they really could not because of what's going on as far as like rate, right? And so I'm a smart girl. So what I decided to do was, I'm like, okay, after praying and seeking God, I'm like, I think I'm too big for this particular company. I think I'm way too big for this particular company. It can no longer serve my clients, and I'm in business for my clients. Don't get it twisted. Like, if you don't have clients, you don't have a business. If you don't have clients, if you're not making sales, you do not have a business. And so I am here to serve my clients. I'm here to serve the people. And if I don't have options that can properly serve them, then I'm not in business. I'm not doing my job as an insurance expert and professional, and I'm at a disservice to everybody. And so, after much prayer, and talking to my husband, I decided to end my contract with that company, with that particular company. And there are a bunch of other things. Like, of course, I gave it my all. And also, I was getting tired. I'll be honest. I was getting tired of all the politics. I was, and I had just had my daughter. So, 2023, I had my daughter, my baby. And I was just going through a lot, like healing after having my baby, just going through a lot on top of running a business. And then because of the appetite of this particular company right now, it was making it a little bit harder for me to serve my clients in the best way. So what I decided to do was I decided to open up an insurance brokerage. Yes, I am now an independent insurance agent. I have opened up an insurance brokerage, and I am able to meet the needs of all of my clients. Because another thing that I found out is that all my more higher end clients they just want the proper coverage. Well, this is everybody, but in particular, my higher end clients, you would think that they care about a particular brand. And the truth is they don't. What they want is good coverage that's going to pay the claims, but that's also going to cover their asset. And so I have became an independent insurance broker, and I have more options to be able to serve all of my clients in whatever need they need, and at whatever appetite. So that's a good thing. But that's part of what was going on. Another thing is I had to release old relationships that was no longer serving me. I had entered a new season in my life. And let me turn my car off. Excuse me. I had entered a new season in my life, and there were certain relationships that honestly I just grew past. Like, when you're elevating, it's kind of inevitable that you're going to lose some people, right? It's inevitable because you're growing, you're elevating. And if people don't keep up at the same level of growth that you are doing, certain people tend to fall off or fall back, or, they can't reach you in that season. And so I had a big ending of a relationship, and to me it was big, and I just felt like it could no longer serve me the way I needed it to serve me, because I had grew past certain things. And it was no love lost, but it was just like, I wish you well. I wish you well. And I hope and pray that you wish me well. But even if you don't, I gotta keep going. Even if you don't, I have to keep going. And so that was a little heartbreaking, but I had to do what I had to do. And I had to heal from that. And here's the thing. With me, I'm very in tune with my body. I am very in tune with my body. And my body was telling me to release this, to release it. Isn't God good? Like, I was having headaches. I was going back and forth to the doctor. I'm like, what is going on with me? Stress. Like, my body was saying, okay, this no longer serves you. So you gotta let it go. Like, you have to let it go. And so once I honored that, once I honored the that my body was telling me, like, let it go, and God was telling me to let it go, I kid you not, the issues that I was having physically stopped immediately. Immediately. So let that be a lesson to somebody. If you are going through something, pay attention to your body, especially if you're a woman. Pay attention to what your body is trying to tell you, because your body is trying to look out for you. And so that happened, and I just want to let you guys know, like, we're entrepreneurs. I follow a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people that are business minded follow me. And I just want to say that it's okay to pivot. Pivoting is not giving up. It's just taking a different course to get to your final destination. So I had to pivot so I could be able to serve my clients better. I'm going to just take this off this mount because it's falling. So here, I do it like this. Excuse me. I had to pivot so I can be able to serve my clients better. I had to pivot so I can take care of me better and take care of my family and my baby and my husband. I had to make some really drastic but quick decisions in order to be able to serve at the highest capacity. And there is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And so now the smoke has cleared. I am back. Yes, I am still selling insurance, but because I am independent, it's kind of like starting over, right? So it's a new beginning. And when you have a new beginning, you have to make certain sacrifices. And so I have to make certain sacrifices to get to where I want to be. Hi, good morning. I have to make certain sacrifices to get to where I need to be. So me and my husband, we are back in the building phase. And let me just say this. If people can't understand that, like, then they're not your people. When you're building something, it's going to come at a sacrifice. Nobody built anything great that didn't have to sacrifice time, didn't have to sacrifice certain relationships. Like, in the relationships that were meant to stay, they stayed, you know? But when you're really building something great, it's going to cost something. And I know for me, I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a daughter of the King first. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. I'm a daughter of the King first. I'm a wife, I'm a mother. I'm a daughter, I'm a sister. And so when I'm in my building phase, I only have so much time. I have a toddler, I got a teenager, I got a, I only have so much time. And so the people who understand it, they get it, and they'll still be there. But the ones that don't, they just weren't meant to be there. So I hope that you guys can take from this live that, number one, if you feel a pulling to pivot to be able to serve yourself and clients at the highest capacity, do it. I would, well, for one, pray. You definitely want to pray. But outside of that, you definitely want to do it. It's okay to pivot. People pivot all the time. The other thing is, it's okay to let relationships go that no longer serve you. If it's no longer serving you, sometimes you got to put that relationship down. Sometimes you got to let it go. It's okay. Because what's happening is certain situations and people, they cannot come with you on that next level. Some of them can't even comprehend it. And a lot of times what will start to happen is they'll start to speak doubt into what you're doing, or because you're doing something so great and they can't do it, or they don't understand how to do it, they'll try to put doubt in your plans. It's almost like putting poison into what you're trying to do. And sometimes God is just like, nope, I don't want them to put doubt in that. I don't want them to alter your faith. I don't want them to put poison into what I'm trying to do. So I got to separate you. I got to separate you. And that is okay. It's the grace of God covering you and that person. Because if that person is still around, they might start to operate in jealousy and all these other things. And God don't want us operating like that. So it's the grace of God. Hallelujah. It's the grace of God that is even causing the separation, that's covering you and the other person. People don't think about that. So anyway, I am at my appointment. It's okay to pivot. It is okay to do what is best for you, as long as you have already consulted with the big one, the big God. And yes, I am now an insurance broker. It's no secret. I am working on some things. I'm also in a position to help people make money. If you are interested in being in the insurance agency, send me a DM, because I posted my numbers over the weekend, and I'm not one to really like post numbers. My life, I own my time, so I'm able to show up for my kids' events. Those are things that are important to me. Kids' events, own my time, pour into my health and stuff like that. And the insurance industry has did that for me and provided that for me for quite some time now. For those of you who have seen my journey. And so I'm also in a position to help people and women to be able to build that life for themselves. It does require work, but it is well worth it. And if you are interested in joining the insurance industry, which is $1 trillion industry, reach out to me. I can help you get into the industry. So I am at my appointment. I will talk to you later, and you guys have a blessed day.